Good morning, students. What happened whenever we go for a walk? We observe different kinds of plants, isn't it, all around? Some may be very big, some may be very small, some of them have flowers, and some of them not. So, let us get an insight into the world of plants. So, I think you have got the idea that which chapter we are going to start. We are going to start the chapter getting to know plants. Depending upon their size and the kind of stem they have, plants can be categorized into three types. Okay, first one, it is known as herbs. Second one, it is known as shrubs, and third one we are going to talk about is trees. So let's first talk about the herbs. What is it? So first of all, we are going to talk about herbs. Okay, so kindly listen to it very carefully. These plants are usually short, may not have branches, with soft and flexible stems. The color of their stems are generally green. For example, if I am going to give you mint, tulsi, coriander, herbs have a variety of uses. They have very uses, no? So you see, including culinary, that is to provide flavor, no? Whenever we eat something, we get flavor. We want flavor in that. In some of the medicinals also, and in some of the cases like spirituals, as for I'm giving you example like tulsi, you know about it. So that types of things we also talk about. So herbs are very useful, and they are actually in short in size. Next is what is shrubs. So you see that shrubs are shorter than a tree and are longer than a herb. Shrubs have many woody stems close to the ground, which are not very thick. They have shorter height, less than approximately, if I am going to say about from 6 to 10 meter tall. Okay, for example, hibiscus, you have seen these plants, henna, rose. So these are some of the examples of shrubs. Okay. Next topic is tree. So you see that we have seen a lot of trees out there. So let's talk a little bit about it. Trees have elongated stem, okay, or a trunk. That elongated stem, we can only say that one, supporting branches and leaves. For most trees, it is surrounded by a layer of bark, which serves as a protective layer. You have seen this one, no? They can live for many years. Okay, the oldest tree, you know, that even discovered, it is approximately about 5,000 years old, and the oldest tree from the UK is all about 1,000. There are many parts in the trees, we also know about it. Some of them are some of the important parts are roots, trunks, branches, and the leaves. But whatever whenever in the case of banana, we always think that it is a tree. Okay, but we are wrong here. It is not a tree. Okay, why? Because not a tree, it is actually a herb. Why it is? Because none of the parts of its ever become woody like the true trees. That means for being a true tree, there should be some of the woody parts are there, no? But have you noticed that a banana tree doesn't have? So that means banana is not a tree, it is a herb. You have to keep in mind. Okay. Topic is climbers. So we all know about it. We have seen some of the climbers outside there. So climbers are what? Climbers are weak stemmed plants. Okay, that derive support from climbing up other trees and other tall objects. Any other tall object it can be. Many of them are vines whose stems twine around trees and branches. They use a special structure called tendrils to climb up on the trees. Okay, keep in mind what is the name? Tendrils. For example, if I am going to give you ivy, sweet pea, cucumber, money plant, etc., are some of the examples of climbers. Okay. So now for the creepers, you see that creeping plants or creepers are generally considered to be small viney plants that grow close to the ground. They are actually close to the ground, and their stems are too weak. Okay, they are also referred as to be the procumbent plants. For example, pumpkin and watermelon, if I am going to talk about it, they spread out on the ground because their stems are very weak, isn't it? and they cannot stand upright. You will be able to see in the picture. So these plants are actually called as creepers. So we have got some of the types of the plants, isn't it? What are the types of the plants? Now we are going to know about the parts of the plant. Okay, so in the part, there it has actually two important parts. One part, first one, that is known as the shoot system, which are actually above the ground. Whatever you can see above the ground, they are actually shoots. And another one, that is the root system. They are actually below the ground. Okay, we all know about it, but okay, let's discuss a little bit about it. The root system consists of a main root, okay, and a branching roots also sometimes, whereas the shoot systems consist of stems, flowers, fruits, buds and leaves. So now we are going to discuss about some of the roots part and the shoot part. Okay, so now a little bit discuss about the root system. Okay, so we all know that the underground part of the plant is called the root. There are two types of the root system. First, taproot systems, which has a main root that grows down vertically, from which many smaller lateral roots arise. Okay, for example, if I am going to give you carrot, hibiscus, neem presence. What is another one? That is known as the fibrate root system. So what is a fibrate root system? Which is opposite to the taproot one. It is usually made by thin, moderately branching roots growing from the stem. The fibrate root stems look like a mat, okay, made out of roots. When the tree has reached full of their maturity, it will look like a mat. Okay, there are tremendous amounts of roots. You will see that it is coming out from there. Okay, so I think you have got the idea of this one, the root system. First one, that is the taproot one, another one, that is the fibrous roots one. So what are the examples exactly? For some of the examples of taproot system is carrot, hibiscus, neem, and for the fibrous one, grass, wheat, rice, marigold. These are some of the examples. Okay, so as you know that the roots are very important, isn't it? So let's talk about it a little bit, of the functions of it. You see, four major functions I am going to talk about. First one, it absorbs water and inorganic nutrients from the ground, isn't it? Second one, it anchors the plant body to the ground and gives support to it. Third one, it acts like a storage of food, okay, and nutrients. You will get this thing in the modification of food when the next part that we are going to discuss about. The fourth number is it holds the soil particle, okay, to prevent soil erosion. You know, sometimes the soil erosion happens, and because of the tree or many amount of soil actually in touch of that roots. So in that case, the soil erosion is prevented. So these are some of the important uses of the roots. There are many important of the uses of the roots we are going to discuss in future. Okay. So in addition of those functions, they also get modified to do a lot. Okay. So now we are going to talk about the modifications of roots. Why they get modified? It's very important. Okay, you just keep in mind this thing. They modify to absorb and transport water and minerals from the soil to different part of the body of the plant. They are also modified for support, food, storage and respirations. As you can see in the book that it is given for storage, you see that like carrot, radish and turnips, they become fleshy, isn't it? For storage of food, because we can eat those things directly. Next, you see, for extra support, it is written there that it grows downward. No, some of the roots, they grow downwards directly to give an extra support, such as banyan tree. I am going to talk about. You can see in the picture that how some of the roots directly grow vertically downward. Now you will be thinking that what is a prop roots, because banyan have prop roots. Okay, so what is a prop root? It is the that type of roots that actually arise on the branches and grow directly vertically downward. Okay, so you think, keep in mind this thing very important, that banyan trees have prop roots. They actually grow vertically downward for extra support. Okay, next is for climbing. You see that for climbing, such as in money plant and beetle, they modified into climbing routes, isn't it, to help them in climbing and to give support. You will be able to see in the screen some of the pictures where for climbing routes are also get modified. Next is for nutrition. You see some roots such as like daughter plants are modified to get nutrients from other plants. Okay, you have seen somewhere in outside also that some of the trees are actually make themselves just lie on the other trees to get some food particles from that or to live in. Okay, so these are actually things, this type of roots are actually known as parasitic roots because they live upon others and take food particles from them. So I think you have got this till here. So in our next video we are going to discuss the next parts. Okay.